a quick swatch. Going fast to go nowhere.
Entrada, 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 Entrada.
Hey fam, Chi-Chi here. Welcome back. So we will be testing the brand new One Size Beauty Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation. I got the shade Medium Dark 1. It's a neutral golden undertone. So let's run down the specs. There are 32 shades, and for $33, you get 0.28 ounces or 8 grams of product. Now this packaging, while beautiful and lovely in red, I love it. So you will get fingerprints on it. If that's not your thing, fine, it doesn't bother me. The thing that bothers me, it's a love-hate relationship currently, is this opening. Love the opening. Super, super easy to open. It's really genius. However, the magnet on it is a little weak. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little weak. So if you have this in your makeup bag, if you're traveling, I just am a little bit fearful that it doesn't have enough strength in order to keep it closed. So that's the one thing negative I will have to say. And you do have a mirror if you're into that sort of thing. I do want to compare it to a couple of the powder foundations that I already have. 370 from Fenty, I've done a review on, and this is my current shade. This comes with a sponge. Then we have Makeup Forever in the shade Y455. I'm gonna put that right here. Nice big juicy swatch there. Now One Size doesn't have a puff, however you can buy it sewed separately, and put that, bam, right here. One Size is she a little bit light right now, but I believe the shade before and the shade after Medium Dark 1 had red undertones to it, so I was just like, let me just mess with my neutral golden, because that's what our society is, and by society I mean this channel. You can clearly see the color difference. So this one will definitely be probably my winter shade, because I have not been out in the universe as of yet, but I'm halfway there. I get vaccinated on Tuesday. When I bought my stuff from the Sephora sale, I did manage to get a sample of the Secure the Blur primer. So I guess this is a little 2-for-1 situation. So it's looking white. Tiny bit of a smell. It smells familiar though, very familiar. So I'm only going to use a tiny bit of it because I do want to put it under regular foundation as well. It's been a couple of seconds and it does settle into the skin. As far as blurring, it blurs out a little bit. We're gonna pretend like we're in the Facebook commercials, and this is how they've been doing it all over the ads that I've seen, is just taking the powder puff and just kind of going all across the face. This is not my preferred method, but let's just pretend. This is a medium to full coverage powder, so it should be covering up this patch of my dark spots, but I feel like it's not covering up too much. It does feel very nice, light, silky. So I do like the texture of the powder. Now I'm gonna go in with a brush again. Your girl is a dirty whore, and I didn't wash my brushes yet, but at least this one's clean. Here is just the denser foundation brush. Team brushes over here. Now there is quite a bit of kick up with this powder. So if that bothers you, you're not going to like it at all. Even though this is looked a little bit lighter compared to the other two powders, it's matching. This one is nice. So this has primer. This side doesn't. I kind of dig the side that has the primer. So I think that's, I guess, to be expected, because I would think both of them would pair nicely together, and they definitely do. As far as coverage, I feel like this is a medium. I definitely still see some of my dark spots on my face, And as far as texture is going, I mean, I don't care if Jesus came down himself and said, here is a powder foundation or a liquid foundation that will hide texture. I'll be like, you MF lie. You can kind of blur texture, but for people to say, oh, you won't see any texture, don't trust them, girl. Molly, you in danger. I think this is a good shade match for us. It's not too neutral. It does have a little bit of neutralness to it. I wish it did have a teeny bit more golden in it, but I feel like if they would have added more goldenness to it, it would have pulled a little bit more orange, and that's not what I'm trying to go for. So however they make these things golden, I would like more of. Just without the orange. This is how it looks on bare skin. I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna put it on top of some liquid foundation. So far I have the One Size primer on this side and the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte primer on this side. I don't know if y'all can really tell a difference, but what I will say, they kind of do feel the same to me. Neither one is really tacky like the Hydro Grip primer. So I'm just gonna go ahead with the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 385. That's my normal go-to, paired along with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Warm Sand. Also going to set under my eyes using the One Size setting powder. I'm noticing that the powder doesn't come up as much when you use a brush, like a loosely packed brush. So that is something to note, because when I definitely went in with the powder puff, it was grabbing everything. So I don't know, maybe this is the best way to use it if you don't like all of that kick up, you know. On top of liquids, my skin looks mad smooth. Granted, I have been going to town with my skincare, but okay, all right. It's interesting because I do have the blur primer on this side of my face, and combined it looks really good. It looks a lot more blurred than this side with the Fenty. I mean, that's to be expected because, you know, if you use the same products from the same line, they are meant to go together. I do have this texture right here and it's not blurring anything, so whenever somebody says that, just skip it. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can pick up a little bit more on this side just to play around with. So if you see makeup disappear from my lip, girl, I'm hot. Okay, your girl is hot. Okay, so how are we looking? Because this side, this is my good side. Okay, I don't know if y'all got a good side, bad side, but this is my good side. She behaves. It's my redheaded stepchild, but she looks really good. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm digging it. I'm gonna just throw on some bronzer, a little lip gloss, and come back. Right now, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at it at all. I just like how my skin looks overall. I just feel like this is very full coverage when it's paired with a full coverage foundation. To me, that's where all the claims hold up. But you know, it's 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a wear test, come back in a couple of hours and see how it's holding up. But for right now, I'm into it. Okay, peeps, it is 9:37. I gotta hurry this up because Pose is about to come on, so gotta watch Pose. All right, this is what I'm looking like. I am partially oily, partially hot as because I'm sweating. So we're just gonna take care of these spots right here, not picking up any additional product. I'm just gonna go ahead and block this in. I forgot to put on lip gloss again, but y'all be alright. Yeah, because I'm sweating all up in here, y'all. Summer, it's coming. Like, I feel like I'm coming up a little bit darker on camera, like just a little bit more orange. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Let's just get into some of these claims. Blurs, unwanted texture, and the appearance of pores while controlling shine. I don't care about the texture part because texture is texture. You're going to see it. But I will say the pores are pretty tight, pretty right now. Wow, I'm really sweating. I have no makeup right here. Sure do got a stash though, but we're not talking about that. Buttery and buildable. Yes, I do like the texture of this, and it does look like it's buildable. Let's throw a little bit more on. Where is my brush? I think this is a beautiful touch-up powder. Comfortable wear formula, settle softly into the skin for a velvet matte finish. 100% believe that. Nowhere did it emphasize any sort of laugh lines or, well, do I have laugh lines? If I try really hard, but I'm not that happy of a person. So it didn't settle or crack up around my nose, because that's normally the telltale sign. I really try to look for that cakiness, and this is my problem area if I had to choose. But it's all there. It's all there. Even before I just threw a little powder back on. Can be used to blot, set, and touch up skin. Absolutely. I think it's a really good touch up powder. And I like how it sits on top of foundation. Now remember, this side had the blurring primer, and I still feel like that side looks a little bit better than this side that had the Fenty primer. However, I do feel like this is a little bit on the powdery side, and I think that's because Patrick, he does the makeup for the drag queens. Us regular schmegular girls too, but he makes things to be long lasting. I get why this is a little bit more powdery, because if you're a queen on stage and you're sweating it out doing your 1-2 step, yeah, you want something that's going to remain there, and then, you know, you go backstage, touch up real quick, take pictures with fans. I think that's perfect, but I do feel as though it does come off a little bit powdery, because I had someone actually say that I looked a little bit powdery, and this is the only powder I have on for the most part. Even with spraying it, it was noticeable on my skin, where a lot of the times I can kind of get away with it, because I know who Patrick is truly making this makeup for. I'm okay with it. All right, because I love a queen. They work hard. If you've never been to a drag show, girl, they be putting in all the flips, dips, and whips, okay? So their stuff needs to stay in place. I know a question is going to be, which one do I like more, Fenty or this one? I'm going to say Fenty, because it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more skin-like. However, I feel like this one size would hold up better when you're sweating, because I did sweat. I did put on a mask maybe for like 5 minutes. But your girl was hot and I was sweating, and I've been going up and down stairs. The fact that my makeup didn't wear off, I mean, I'm good with that. It is a powder that I would look into, because it kind of did oxidize a teeny bit. I can get away with this in the summertime, even though this powder was lighter than Fenty and Makeup Forever. So I mean, your girl got some options. Check out some of my other videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Stay comfy, guys. Bye.